It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. Tonight, we'll be watching the Houston Rockets playing against the Portland Trail Blazers. Taking a look at the Trail Blazers, they are hungry for a win here. Last season, they got swept by this team. 4 straight losses, something they haven't forgotten. 2 great backcourts going head-to-head tonight. Kenny, your thoughts on how the guard position has evolved over time? And make it quick.
Yeah.
The evolution of the guard position in 12 seconds, please.
Well, you weren't quick, so why do I have to be so quick?
Well, just try.
8 seconds left.
I'm going to be as quick as I can.
Okay.
7,
But I'm going to be
6,
as
5,
vigilant as I can.
Okay.
4,
You know,
3,
they're more like combo guards
2,
now.
1. And with all the switching guards who can defend more position for the teams that rebound collectively, guards have to be involved on the boards.
Well, it's almost like you were reading that, Shaq.
We were going to give you 10 seconds, Shaq. You didn't have to rush.
I did rush.
You didn't have to. Because
Yeah,
anyway.
combo guards. Let's go courtside.
Just surviving, keep climbing the mountain. Even when I feel like dying, keep climbing the mountain.
Hey, Chris.
We're live, the home of the Rockets in wonderful Houston, Texas. With Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, Kevin Harlan. And joining us tonight, a man who once said he will never write another traditional sports column. Please don't say that so, Bill Simmons. Don't say that.
Well, now you just have to tweet. You need 280 characters, and you can pretend you're a writer.
What do you think of social media?
I actually think for basketball, it's been a huge advantage. And it hasn't been a huge advantage for a lot of other things, but I think it's made basketball a lot more fun. I do worry, though, sometimes that people are just watching their Twitter feed over the games. I still think there's an advantage for people who actually are watching what's going on versus watching people's reactions to what's going on.
Interesting. After this game, the Rockets head back out on the road. Well, guys, at this point, while still many things can change, the record is not on par with their performance last year. Maybe a cause for concern, but something they are well aware of.
And I think for the Rockets, they're not in a good place right now as a ball club. After the success of last season, they were expecting bigger and better things this year.
Yeah, Greg, and the exact opposite has happened. The chemistry has been off. They haven't been able to maintain their momentum. It's a very disjointed season for them up to this point.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, we know Rockets coach Mike D'Antoni was the architect of the 7 seconds or less offense in Phoenix. But he says we should have been more aggressive. We kept asking, is it too many threes? Now, there's no such thing. Kevin?
Great stuff, D.A. Thanks. Even before Dwight Howard, Bill, left the Rockets, Clint Capella became the clear heir apparent, it seemed, at that center position for Houston.
Great pick. I think they took him 25th in that draft. That's about as well as you can do. That's my hope for the Celtics with Rob Williams. They took him 27th, and you just hope he's this guy above the rim, shot blocker, athlete, and kind of teach him to do everything else.
Here we go.
So the Rockets win the tip. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for the Trailblazers, Lillard and McCollum, the deadly backcourt pairing. Nurkic is out there with Aminu, and it's Turner in at the small forward.
Harden attempts more threes than just about anyone, and you don't get that kind of leeway unless you knock him down.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Money from the wing.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Harden with it. Now defended by McCollum. Anthony dishes to Harden. It's deflected, and he's able to get it back. Chris can't hit. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. Kicks to Aminu. Outside Turner. Now the pass to Nurkic. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Anthony. Pass to Paul. Harden has a wide open look. Kept alive. Here's Capella. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Capella's got his first points of the game.
And the massive wingspan of Capella, excels at using it to gobble up misses at a high rate.
Cullen passes to Aminu. From deep. Rebounded by Capella. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Harden kicks to Capella. Back to Harden. Releases. That one off the back iron and out.
Well, he's having a tough go at it so far this quarter. Not much dropping for him.
Bill, several of your books have been bestsellers. How did it feel to see your work so well received around the world?
I think I was really happy that the basketball book did well because I spent a long time writing it, and it was 700 pages. And when it got mailed to me, it was so big, I thought people would just be terrified of it. And, it turns out
they embraced the
Yeah,
size.
I think they did. They liked it. I designed it for people to be able to put on their toilet or bring on an airplane or whatever they want to do with it. But I was always amazed that there wasn't a basketball book that tried to kind of group all these other books and some of the opinions and all the misinformation. Like the fact that, honestly, the reason I wanted to write the book was just that people thought Will Chamberlain was better than Bill Russell. And yet every single thing written in the 60s was that Bill Russell was better. And all the players would say Bill Russell was better. And when they played together, Bill Russell's team won. So it's like, how do we get to the point where people think Will Chamberlain was better? So it was that and some other stuff that made me want to write the book.
Here's McCollum after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. McCollum finds Turner. Blanketed by the D, he fights to the rim for the layup.
But Turner's crafty in the pick and roll. Once the screens come, he's good at assessing the defense and breaking them down.
Lillard against Paul. Harden inside the three-point line. Good, and Paul gets the assist. 8 points for James Harden.
And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
A lot of times your defense is your offense is your defense. This is poor decision-making right here. You can't let them have that shot. Also might have been a lack of effort.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. Pass to McCollum. Shoots from the elbow. Rockets with the rebound. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
But I like that they attacked those weaknesses. They made them pay for a lackluster effort.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the three spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Now here's Turner. 11 points for him in that last game against the Pacers in Indianapolis. Back to McCollum. Fires for three. Chris with the rebound.
Oh, man, you can't get much better look from three-point range than that one. That just wasn't in rhythm.
Bill, we know about the love affair you have with the NBA, and you've written about it for so long. Started with the $4 ticket in Boston with your dad.
Yeah, my dad bought season tickets for the 1973-74 Boston Celtics, and it was only one ticket. And I think it was $4 a game, probably like $160 total. And he used to carry me in mainly because they didn't want to pay for a babysitter. So I started going to games that year, probably sleeping through a lot of them. And they won the title.
How old were you in 72?
So I was 4.
4 years old.
I'm not going to lie. I don't remember anything from that season. The first season I remember is the year later when they lost before the finals to Washington. And then the year later they won the famous finals against Phoenix, the triple overtime game. I was there.
Was Cowens on that team?
Cowens, Havlicek,
Yep.
JoJo White.
Yep.
And I was at the triple overtime game in the 76 finals. It was probably the most famous NBA game ever. of the, the kids out there now would nominate like Game 7, 2016 or something. But triple overtime game was the most famous game ever. And I slept through the entire second half and the first overtime.
Oh, no.
But then woke up because everybody was standing the whole second overtime, so I had to get up.
It's going to be tough to win when you give the other team second and third opportunities to score the ball.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Trying to end the drought, and that one drops.
And this is why McCollum is an all-star caliber player. Possesses the ability to score on intense defense.
Harden outside. Three-pointer. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. They trail by 14. Over Harden. And the basket by McCollum. McCollum's got 6.
His touch has been terrific this quarter. Most of what he puts up is going down.
Al Paul. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Clippers. And Anthony with the basket on the assist from Harden. 10 points for Carmelo Anthony.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Oh, okay, you've done your job so far, but the question is now, can they sustain this level of energy? There's still a lot of game to play.
Now here's Turner. And it's McCollum in the corner. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Harden. Again, McCollum missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Bill, one shot to win a game. You can pick any player. Who's going to take that shot for you?
Kevin Durant. I think he has the most ways to get a good shot off. I always look at it as, is it a quality shot to get off? So he can post the smaller guy up. He can shoot a 3. He's got the pull-up hezzy jumper, as he calls it. He can go to the lane and pump fake and do a little drop step. And I just think he has the most moves. Some people would say LeBron, but am I getting regular season LeBron or playoff LeBron?
Playoff LeBron.
Playoff LeBron would be my number one choice.
He'd be pretty good.
Yeah, he'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
Regular season LeBron, I'm not as enthused about.
Turner against Anthony. Here's the floater. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And there's the foul against Houston.
Turner, he's so valuable to this team. He's a guy who can play multiple positions. He can score, rebound, he can pass as well.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And a very steady season for him at the charity stripe last year. He was right at 85%.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
First one falls for him. So for the Rockets, Nene, he's checked in for Clint Capella. P.J. Tucker comes in for Marquise Chris. And Gordon subbed in for Chris Paul. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Myers Leonard, he's checked in for Nurkic. Harkless comes in for Al Farouk Aminu. Nick Stauskas is checked in for C.J. McCollum. And it's Seth Curry in for Lillard. Both free throws good from Turner. Houston leading by 10. Harden the pass to Nene. Back to Harden. And Harden with the stuff.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
And it's happening at both ends, trying to end this thing before it begins.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Rockets team.
And in this matchup, last season, not one of the games went their way.
Trailblazers trail by 12. On the wing, Turner. Four on the shot clock. Here's Leonard, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Leonard's got his first 2 points of the night. Bill, it's interesting. More than 50 colleges and universities now offer scholarships in esports. I did not know this, and that number is probably only going to go up.
Yeah, and it makes sense too. What's more popular, esports or water polo? No offense to the water polo players, but come on.
These kids
let's
love
move
it.
with the
They
times.
cannot get enough of these games.
No, we should have, every college should have esports.
Green, he's checked in for Houston. Harden right side. Fires the three. And there's Green on the assist from Harden. And the Rockets lead by 13.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Stauskas. Outside Curry. 6 to shoot. And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That's his first foul. Here's Harkless.
And they've done a nice job controlling the defensive backboard to start this game. And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Mo Harkless. That's his first foul. Gordon goes in, and it's good. 2 points. Gordon's got his first 2 points.
Look, it's always awesome to see Gordon take it to the rim, adding more wrinkles to his offensive game. Sick.
Back to Curry. Passes to Harkless. Down low. Hits. Count that one from Stauskas.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now here's Green. Back to Harden. And there's 1:45 left to play in the first quarter.
Wow, he just does everything right there except hit the layup.
Bill, with last year's do-or-die season finale between Minnesota and Denver, final game of the regular season, momentum is gathering for a play-in tournament, maybe for the last 2 playoff spots. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I wrote about this in 07. I called it the entertaining as hell tournament, where basically the first 7 seeds were guaranteed, and the 16 teams that didn't make it out of the 2 conferences, they just went head-to-head, single elimination. And then you have the final 2 games in New York City, and you blow it out, and you have a fun thing with it. I think that Minnesota-Denver game was important, and maybe the solution is you have the 6 seeds guaranteed in each conference, and then you have 7, 8, 9, 10 in each conference, and you just have playing games. You have 7 versus 10. You have 8 versus 9. You do it over the course of a couple days. You use the TV revenue from that because you could get good money from that to maybe shorten the season.
Great
which
idea.
Would be, for me, the number one thing I would change about the league. I think we should have a 70-game season. You could talk me into 76, but there's too many games. There's too many nights where the players... I just think basketball is really hard to play.
And he ends up missing both free throws. We were talking about the length of the NBA season and various opinions on shortening it. I suppose, Bill, one argument is that you want regular season games to be more significant, and you want that regular season to mean something every night.
Mean a little bit more.
Yeah.
Make the pace, I don't know. When you get after the All-Star break, you can really feel these guys slogging through it. You know, and especially with the good teams, like a team like Golden State, all they did all year was whine and complain. Oh, well, we knew this was going to be a hard season. It can't be that hard. You have 4 of the best 20 players. Like, settle down. I think you'll be fine. You're winning every game by 30 points.
Yeah.
But I wish they would tighten the season.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Green finds Gordon. Now Harden. The 3 ball. Gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Curry against Harden. Teardrop shot. Bucket is good.
Steph Curry.
One second left. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. James Harden getting it done for the Houston Rockets. Setting up teammates and getting buckets. He is looking as determined as ever. We've got more in store for you right after this. Great team play, so key to winning. Damian Lillard broke down the keys.
Be a star in your role. You know, I think it's one thing to say, let's be consistent, let's play hard, let's do all of these things. And I think as competitors, as professional athletes, we're going to play hard. You're going to be competitive because we're competitors. We don't make it to this level for no reason. But I think at this level, you also have egos.
Knowing your role and playing it so well is so crucial.
Yeah, when everybody buys in and plays for one another, that's when teams play their best ball.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. In quite a position here for the Rockets to be in. What do you think, guys?
I mean, you saw it. That barrage of threes has them grooving here after one.
Well, there's not enough defensive pressure on the perimeter. We'll see in the second quarter if that gets corrected.
We've got Gerald Green. E.J. Tucker is out there with Ennis. Then there's Gordon. Then it's Nene in at the pivot, manning the middle. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. Now here's Turner. Outside Leonard. Curry against Green. Curry kicks to Leonard. Shot clock at 5. That shot no good.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. It's a 16-point game. Eric Gordon back in 2011. He was traded for Chris Paul. Ironically enough, last year they became teammates.
I am a Clipper season ticket holder and bought a bunch of Eric Gordon stock in 08 and 09. I loved how he would go toe-to-toe with Kobe Bryant and had a knack for playing big in big games, which there weren't many of them for the Clippers. But it's been nice to see him turn into a real guy.
He's staying healthy. He's staying healthy.
Stayed healthy, and he was awesome in the Warriors series. I really thought, until Game 7 when the entire team went cold, I thought from a pedigree standpoint, he belonged out there with all the best guys in that series.
Here's Stauskas. Harkless kicks to Leonard. 5 on the clock. Stauskas dishes to Leonard. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Rockets leading by 14. Here's Gordon. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And here are the numbers for Turner. Some last season stats for him. Averaged about 8 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
Yeah, he hustles, does the little things, just a good complimentary guy who you need on your team.
The first one falls.
He's a top-tier shooter. Gordon, he's a former Six-Man of the Year winner who plays his role to perfection.
Paul's checked in for Green. McCollum's checked in for Portland. He hits both from the stripe. Trailblazers trail by 16. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And there's the pass to Harkless. Fires from deep. McCollum, no good.
just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Hits. Count that one from Ennis.
Well, he's a guy that can do many things well. I mean, Gordon is far from just a shooter. He's good at passing, too.
Now we've seen some top prospects forgo college, enter the G League straight out of high school. What do you think is the future of the G League, and do you like where it sits right now?
I do. I wish they spent more money on salaries.
I agree.
I wish they blew it out. I mean, I think this is the first year we've had 30 G League teams. This should be the number one place you'd want to go after high school. You should not want to go to college. You should want to go to a AAA awesome league that's set up.
And they're bringing kids up and down off that G League roster all the time.
It's just better, and you're going to have a better chance to succeed as a professional basketball player. You see the situation we're in now with the one-and-done guys. They go to college. They show up in September. They're playing all the way through till March. Whenever they get knocked out, they drop out of college. And they might last, till round 2 in the tournament, which is March 20th?
Right.
And they're out. So they've been in college for 6.5 months. How's that a good system? They didn't even finish 2 semesters. So I would much rather see the G League work, and I don't understand why they don't spend a little more on it and just make it like a force. I don't think the moves are that hard.
Now here's Curry, and a wide open look for McCollum off the left rim and out.
Whoa, the D caught a break on that play. I'm sure that is not the plan, leaving him so wide open.
The shot by Nene, no good.
That's just a quick move to the 10 and an even quicker reaction by the D to stop him now.
Here's Harkless. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Some solid defense there by Nene. Houston leading by 16. Paul outside for 3. Buries it from 3-point range. Paul's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. McCollum against Gordon. Harkless kicks to Nurkic. Pass to McCollum. It's stolen by Ennis. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Paul with the ball. Now here's McCollum. He's coming off a 31-point game against the Pacers in Indianapolis. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Now let's take a look at how the shots have been divided up between 3-point shots and 2-point shots for Houston.
Guys, you got to like the offensive approach here. Scoring a variety of ways, inside and out. You look at the shot chart, and a lot of things are working for them right now.
Now here's Paul. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin in the game. Tipped away. It's stolen by Curry, and it's the Trailblazers on the break. McCollum, no good.
Well, his stroke has not been what they needed it to be, but looks like they're going to keep going to him.
Gordon deciding where to go with it. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And a moment here to check out some numbers for Nurkic. A very nice season for him last year. 10th in blocks, and he did his share on the glass, battled his way into the top 15 in rebounds per game.
Great anticipation and timing. That's how he ended up a top 10 shot blocker. That free throw good from Eric Gordon. So for the Rockets, Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. Marquise Chris comes in for P.J. Tucker. And Carmelo Anthony has subbed in for James Ennis. And a switch here also for Portland. Damian Lillard, he's checked in for Curry. Both free throws good from Eric Gordon.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Here's Aminu. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Aminu's got 5 points so far.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
And here's Gordon from outside. Doesn't go that time. And it's Portland the other way. To the middle. Deflects the pass. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here.
And defensively, great anticipation, making a play there on the ball.
And don't forget about the good hand-eye coordination. I mean, he almost corralled it in for the steal.
Lillard misses.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
That just shows you can do everything right sometimes, but still get the wrong result.
Now here's Paul. Over Lillard. The shot's good from Paul. He has 5.
And a good read right there by Paul. Great at carving out space close to the rim and capitalizing.
Lillard with it. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Indiana.
Yeah, but it wasn't all about himself. He also did a great job at creating for his teammates. So many assists tonight.
And it's Paul with the ball for the Rockets. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. So it's off to Brooklyn after this game as they have the Nets to look forward to. That sets off a 5-game tour for them. Now here's Paul. 5 points in the game. Basket good.
I mean, it took him a long time to get into the flow of the game, but the points are starting to come for him now.
Paul against Lillard. Here's McCollum. Rockets with the rebound.
Well, he has to work harder to get a good high percentage look. I mean, he's been taking some bad shots out there.
Paul outside. For the 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Paul's got 10 points in the quarter.
He's taking over the game. Their lead's going to get even bigger if he keeps this up.
Lillard, the pass to McCollum. Now, here's Aminu, covered by Chris. And Aminu kicks to McCollum. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
That's his second three-pointer of this quarter after not getting any in the first.
Paul finds Gordon. Back to Paul. And the rebound by Nurkic.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Well, I'd love to hear his explanation of Coach right there. I mean, that should be an interesting conversation.
And he's now made 3 three-pointers here in the second, starting to get it going.
From 10 feet out, and the basket by Gordon. Gordon's got 8 points.
Well, if you thought the D was going to tighten up on him here in the second quarter, think again.
Lillard against Paul. The 3. And Al-Farouq Aminu gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. James Harden, he's checked in for Houston. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Nick Stauskas is checked in for Harkless. Rockets leading by 19 points. Gordon kicks to Anthony. Capella trying to free himself up. Shot's good by Anthony. 12 points for him.
Yeah, just superb focus there from Melo, overpowering the D and still finishes.
Stauskas dishes to Nurkic, and they pick up 2.
The location of that assist was awesome. That was a sweet lead pass.
Houston's gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. Harden the pass to Gordon. Back to Harden. Capella trying to free himself up. And Harden with the basket on the assist by Eric Gordon.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now, here's Lillard. 5 points in the game. It's good. And here's Harden. Outside Gordon. Back to Harden. Harden draws the double. Outside Gordon. Lets it go with a 3. And another 3 for Houston.
Well, you really do have to D up Gordon from deep. I mean, he doesn't need much time to get his shot off.
Lillard from outside. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Harden against Lillard. Anthony right side. And so the ball out of bounds. McCollum touched it last. Here's what the Houston Rockets schedule looks like. On Friday, they'll tip off a road trip in Brooklyn where they'll take on the Nets. And then on Saturday, they'll go up against the Bulls in Chicago.
And for that game against the Thunder, you know they're going to be amped up for that one. And they'll need to be. That's going to be one tough game for that group.
Clock at 6. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Al Farouk Aminu.
Oh, he's mastered the art of drawing fouls. Harden's led the league in free throws time and time again.
Two shots.
Free throw good, James Harden.
And it's clear that the Beard is a special player, a clutch performer. He loves to play the game of basketball.
And the Rockets making a change here. Green's checked in, and Portland with a change here too. Leonard's checked in. And both free throws good for James Harden. Bill, what a pleasure to have you with us. Great as always to hear your thoughts, your commentary. I hope you join us again soon.
I'd love it. Anytime, Kevin. Tell me.
Thank you. And Greg, how much fun is it to have Bill with us? Such a prominent voice in sports journalism and never afraid to speak his mind.
You know, oftentimes when you gain popularity, you become a little more conservative, a little more reserved, but not Bill. That's why he's maintained such a tremendous following.
Now Lillard. James Harden missing on the 3. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Green with the block. They get it back, and there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Houston's gone 4-7 on three-point shots in the second quarter. Harden finds Green. Harden against Lillard. And stolen by Lillard. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Stauskas, the pass to Lillard. Tipped away. It's stolen by Capella. Green against McCollum. On the wing, Harden. 20 points for him. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. Portland with the ball. Now Lillard. 7 points in the game. Poked away. Here's McCollum. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's Houston, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Carmelo, looked like the offense was really working there. How were you guys able to get things going so well?
We got vets. We got guys that know how to play basketball. We come together as a team. We're doing that, and we're just trying to take it one day at a time. That's it.
Well, thanks for your time, Carmelo. See you in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what a show being put on here for the home fans tonight. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Houston holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, what's your take?
Well, we can't look past the huge contribution their bench has provided. They've got this lead mainly because of the injection of energy and offense that they got from their reserves. That's what a coach wants to see. I'm guessing the minutes will be spread out a little bit in the second half.
Shaq, how do you think Portland played?
Well, with the way they struggled to defend the three-point line, it started to look like warm-up drills. They cannot be afraid to bring more defenders out high. They got to make life tougher on those outside shooters.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And as we return to Houston, Texas, a terrific look at the skyline here. The Toyota Center, part of that great landscape. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
Yeah, and sometimes you find yourself in a role you're not comfortable with, but his passing in the first half really was impressive.
Yeah, some of it is based on how the defense is playing you. He didn't force things. Instead, he rewarded his teammates.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Looking at big men around the NBA, which are the best triple threats? Guys who can shoot, drive, and pass out of that screen.
I think of two, one being Anthony Davis. The fact that he can get his shot, he's so quick, and he's a good post-up player as well and can face the basket. And then DeMarcus Cousins, I don't know if there's a better big man, a better center than when it comes to him. He can take you out on the three-point line. He can dribble and get a three. He can take you out on the three-point line, set a flare screen, catch and shoot the three. He can get it at the three-point line, drive you to the hole, get an and one, and then he can take you on the post and just bully and posterize you as well. So I don't think there's one that comes to mind with a better skill set than Boogie Cousins.
And that list is growing. On the floor for Portland. At the 2, it's McCollum with Turner at the 3. Al Farouk Amino is out there with Nurkic, and it's Lillard in at the 1 spot. Here's Paul following the basket by C.J. McCollum. There's the 3. The shot by Paul, no good. And so it's Turner with it. He brings it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. Lillard misses.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Pulls it from the elbow. Anthony can't hit. The Trailblazers have gotten just 1 of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Here's Nurkic. Rockets with the rebound. Capella's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Back to Harden. Outside Anthony. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 6 assists here tonight.
Well, when you draw this much attention from the D, you know someone's bound to be left open, and Harden finds him.
McCollum. They get the rebound. Kicks it out to Lillard. Connects from three-point range. Lillard's got 10 points.
Well, that's a shot they'll be happy with on every trip, no matter who's taking it.
Pass to Chris. To the inside, and Chris throws it down.
For as many points as he scores, Harden's still a great teammate thanks to his passing.
For Portland, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvement, certainly. Now here's McCollum. He's got 17. The shot's good. McCollum's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And he can score in a number of ways. I mean, he can burn you. He's an offensive powerhouse. Inside, outside, off the screen, off the curl, the pop back, the layup, the dunk, the 3. You name it.
Anthony against Turner. Anthony kicks to Harden. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And it's clear that Harden is a high IQ player. I mean, in pick-and-roll sets, you can see it. His decision-making is just extraordinary.
Now a timeout called by Portland. James Harden, the league leader in free throws made for 5 of the last 6 seasons, and he came in a close second that other season.
Yeah, I mean, about a third of his points come at the line. He's made an art of creating contact. When you really think about it, some would even say tricking the officials from time to time.
for the Rockets. Nene, he's checked in for Clint Capella. P.J. Tucker comes in for Marquise Chris. And it's Ennis in for Anthony. Maurice Harkless is checked in for Portland. Seth Curry comes in for Damian Lillard.
Oh, the floater's a tough shot, even when you're that close to the bucket.
Harden kicks to Ennis. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. And it's sent back by Turner. McCollum finds Turner. Back to McCollum. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's going to be on James Harden.
Well, McCollum is used to getting hit. Got to respect his ability to draw contact on the way up.
And we've seen just how incredible McCollum can be when he is feeling it. One of the few guards in the league who gets everything to fall when his shot is on. It's why he can just erupt with huge scoring nights at any given time.
Shooting two.
Free throw good, McCollum. And with McCollum's explosiveness, Greg, you recall he put up 50 points in a game last season.
And how about he did so in under 30 minutes of floor time? McCollum, only the second player to ever achieve that mark. Helps he started with a 28-point first quarter. When he is locked in, he can put up points like nobody's business.
And so McCollum nails both of them. We have a look at the Rockets organization, Chris. One of the best-run teams people think in this league.
Oh, well, definitely. I mean, over a decade of winning basketball, they find ways to win, and they won't be satisfied till they win it all.
Now, here's Tucker. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring hit from him.
That's his first personal foul.
Here's Paul. 10 points for him. Nene kicks to Harden. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here.
And if James Harden has one signature move, it's got to be his step-back jumper. Something he's worked on for years, like the sky hook or Nowitzki's fadeaway. It's becoming one of those iconic, unstoppable shots.
Two.
And the first one at the line is good. And Chris, you look at Harden's step back, there's a real different rhythm to it, isn't there?
I mean, he covers a lot of ground with that gather step. I mean, some fans even wonder if it's a travel. But I guess it's legal. Tremendous footwork crafted over countless reps in the gym.
And both free throws good for James Harden. And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Trailblazers. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. McCollum with the ball, and it's Harden picking him up. Here's Nurkic. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Nurkic has got his second basket of the game.
And the touch Nurkic has inside, I mean, I love seeing him be aggressive and look to get his shot from there.
Now, here's Tucker. He's guarded closely. Harden outside, over McCollum, and Harden gets it to go in on the assist from Tucker. And now it's 27 points for James Harden. Here's Turner. 8 points for him. Nurkic, the pass to McCollum. No good with the triple.
He hasn't had anywhere near the same touch he had in the first half. 0 3-pointers in this half compared to 3 in the first.
Now here's Ennis. Puts it up from 12. Here's Nene. And Harkless pulls it down.
Now, that's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Well, that takes physical ability, good timing, those two things that he possessed.
Ball against Curry. Inside, Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
And it's not easy trying to defend McCollum in the pick and roll. He does a nice job threading the needle in these sets.
Hall finds Tucker. Back to Paul. And it's sent back by Turner. Outside Curry. Stolen by Harden. Feeds to Ennis. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Yeah, talent in this league has it so that now pretty much every team can push the pace. You have to get back on defense.
Gordon's checked in for Chris Paul. Leonard, he's checked in for the Trailblazers.
One shot.
And that one misses. Chris, when you were playing, you moved between a couple teams. What's the hardest part about getting traded that fans may not understand?
One is your ego. You don't want to usually leave. If you didn't ask for a trade, you don't want to leave that town, that city, the fans, or your players that have become friends. If you happen to be a parent, think about it. Your kids may be switching schools in the middle of the year. What if you have a kid that's in his senior year of school and you have to be traded and you may have to take the family with you? So many just tough situations for individuals and for families. The bond you develop with fans and the city and players, members of the organization is very strong. And so it's a lot of times it's shocking and hurtful. It's how quickly can you adjust because that new team wants you and needs you badly.
Good insight. And here are the Trailblazers now. Harden missing his last shot. Stauskas dishes to Curry. Here's Stauskas, guarded by Green. 6 on the shot clock. It's good.
Playing big, willing to go toe-to-toe against a guy who towers over him.
Well, it's just an attitude, a way of life. You can't let people see you back down, or they take it as a sign of weakness and expect that treatment every time.
Portland's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Curry kicks to McCollum. Back to Curry. Portland moving the ball around. Passes to McCollum. To the left wing. And here's Stauskas from the arc. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Stauskas has got 5 points in the quarter. Houston leading by 20. Now, here's Tucker. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And James Harden with the 3.
And he got loose from the three-point range in the first half and showing signs here that he's still got the flow in the second.
Curry kicks to McCollum. Back to Curry. 6 to shoot. A floater. And it's Nene with the rebound. Nene's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Harden the pass to Gordon. Lays it up and banks it in. Gordon's got 13 points.
Fearlessness. Gordon using his strength to get off a good quality look inside.
Taken away by Nene. Gordon against McCollum. Yep, that one goes in there.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle. And Eric Gordon, the 2017 Sixth Man of the Year award winner. I mean, he has found a home and just been tremendously productive with the Rockets.
Shooting one.
That free throw good from Eric Gordon. And Gordon also the winner of the 2017 three-point shootout. His long-range proficiency, a great fit on the Rockets.
You know, he's got that low set shot release, but, man, he gets it off with great volume and one of the more prolific three-point shooters in our league.
Here's Green following the basket by C.J. McCollum. Green bounce pass. Harden inside the three-point line. And Harkless pulls it down. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That's foul number 2 for him. The Rockets making a switch here. Capella's checked in. And the Trail Blazers making a change here as well. Lillard's checked in. Leonard kicks to Stauskas. The pass to Lillard. Outside Leonard. Here's Stauskas. Defended by Gordon. Shot clock at 3. Gordon with the defensive effort. Houston's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Green finds Gordon. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. And that's 19 points for Eric Gordon.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Left side Curry. At the top of the key, Harkless. Here's Lillard. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. Lillard's got 12 points in the game.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
Capella with the bucket.
And it's clear why Capella shoots at such a high percentage. I mean, because he picks good shots to take inside.
And Lillard kicks to Curry. Back to Lillard. There's the 3. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
He's one of the guys having a solid game for them, but as a whole, they've been lacking.
Houston's gone 4 of 6 from three-point land since the start of the second half. Pass to Tucker. Harden with it. Defended by Harkless. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist from Tucker. Tucker's got 3 assists tonight.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Outside Curry. Poked loose. Trailblazers shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. The 3 from Harden. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Harkless has got 4 rebounds now tonight. To the wing on the left. Three-pointer, Lillard. Rockets with the rebound. On the wing, Green. Guarded by Curry. Green, no luck. Trailblazers shooting it well here in the third, about 50%. Here's Harkless. He doesn't hit that one. And Houston the other way now. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. The 9-foot shot and the basket by Gordon. Gordon's got 10 points in just the second half.
Something lit a fire under him this quarter. Their lead's safe as long as he's on the floor.
Green against Lillard. From the arc. Nailed from three-point land. Lillard's got 11 here in this quarter alone. And so it's Houston in complete command. Their lead at 28 points going into the break. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Oh, yeah, no need for hero ball there. I mean, you just need to make the right basketball play. Outstanding dish that time.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Rocket shooting one of the high points for them in this game at 54%. We've got Gerald Green. Brandon Knight is out there with Carter Williams. Then it's P.J. Tucker. And it's Hartenstein in at the center. That's the 5 for Houston right now.
Well, Portland, as a franchise, they seem to be in a tough spot. I mean, they've had some bad luck with draft picks, and at the same time, they've lost some free agents to other organizations. I mean, they're too talented to go full rebuild, not with their stars, but they're still missing a piece or two from really being a danger in the West come playoff time.
One shot, behind the lanes.
Chris, for the Blazers, as you mentioned, you worry they'll continue to remain static in the West.
Yeah, I do, because they're too good to rebuild. And right now, you know, it seems like they're not an elite team and they're not a bad team. So how do you figure it out? I mean, it reminds me a little bit of the Hawks about a decade ago. They were always a playoff threat, but never found that next stage. Hopefully the Blazers can shake things up to get them where they need to go.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Green with the ball. Pass to Hartenstein. Carter Williams against Lillard. Here's Knight. And no good. Trying to use the glass. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. Trent passes to Lillard. To the paint, here's Leonard. Knight grabs the board. For Houston, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Here's Green. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Trent, and he bangs it home with one hand.
He creates so much offense. I mean, Lillard puts intense pressure on the defense to react.
A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. A shot by Knight, no good. And for Portland, they're shooting here about 46% for the game. Lillard, the pass to Trent. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. Chris, he's checked in for Houston. James Ennis comes in for Gerald Green. Swanigan, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. On defense, Houston. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Here's Trent. He's guarded by Knight. 4 on the shot clock. It's rebounded by Carter Williams. And for Houston, they're shooting 51% from the field. They'll take that. Out to Chris. Puts up a 3. That one doesn't drop. Now Portland takes it the other way. To the middle. And there's the call on James Ennis. That is his first foul of the game. Each team has 1 inactive player per night. Would upping that amount, you think, C-Webb, of active players on game day change anything at all?
I don't believe so, because the inactive player we're talking about usually is at the bottom of the roster. And so if you look at the next man up theory, that means that the last guy on the bench at that time, it's his time to get that playing time. So I don't think that the inactive players would change anything, because it's still a team sport, and those guys earn their playing time in practice. And so that guy at the end of the bench is still one of the greatest players in the world and can contribute at any time.
Timeout called the Rockets.
Well, a high-octane offense in Houston, that's been a staple for any of Mike D'Antoni's teams. The Rockets, they do it a little differently. ISO ball, half-court, threes, get out and run. They get buckets.
And now here's Chris. Down low and stolen by Lillard. Here's Trent. He's guarded by Knight. Trent can't hit. Rockets have gone just 1 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. Ennis taking his time here. Swanigan pulls it in.
Well, this has not been his best effort. He's lucky his teammates have been there to bail him out.
To the inside. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. Evan Turner. He's checked in for the Trailblazers.
Evan Turner.
A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Carter Williams kicks to Chris. They get a hand on it. Here's Lehman. Here's Trent. Drills the three-pointer.
I don't think they were expecting that shot. They didn't really make an effort to get out on him.
This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level.
And now here's Chris. Dishes to Knight. Clock at 6. To end the drought. Jump shot is good that time. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Kicks it to Collins. Passes it to Swanigan. Turner looking around. Shot clock at 6. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And Evan Turner, a wing player who helps in ways other than scoring. He can bring up the ball and initiate the offense, and he's decent in the post and clever when he gets it inside.
Well, C-Webb, with Evan Turner, the former second overall pick, he gives you a little bit of everything.
Now, the one thing missing from Turner's game, though, is outside shooting. He had a career 30% shooter from beyond the arc. But the instincts on taking threes,
Take a break.
Still,
Take a break.
He's at his best
2 shots.
when he attacks the rim and creates for others.
And he knocks down the first one. For a long time, beat writers and media personnel have determined NBA awards. C-Webb is someone who's been up for some of these. Do you feel the voting system as structured now is fair?
I don't know how it can be fair if it doesn't have any players or coaches involved. I can't necessarily vote on the best doctors because I don't know what it entails, but I can definitely trust other doctors to give their comments on their peers. I think peer awareness is some of the most reliable that you can go for. But, I mean, we have some very knowledgeable writers, sports writers, and media personnel that know. But for the most part, you need help of the players and the coaches to make sure that the integrity is there.
And guys, that's his game. I mean, battling in the paint and cashing in on those second chance opportunities.
And Greg, cashing in hard. I mean, man, oh man, he puts an exclamation point on that dunk.
Yes. And anybody can get a run-of-the-mill putback, but he makes them count.
Here's Carter Williams after the basket by Jusuf Nurkic. Back to Carter Williams. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
Well, that's where Carter Williams is at his best, elevating nicely on these physical finishes. Nice toughness.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Goes up from the top of the key, and the basket is good. McCollum's got 25 points in the game.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
Now, here is Knight. Nurkic with the steal. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Lillard with the ball. Over Knight. Some solid defense from Knight. And it's Carter Williams with the ball for the Houston Rockets. Knight on the wing. He is guarded by McCollum. Carter Williams kicks to Nene. Shot clock at 6. Knight in the corner. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Trailblazers have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Lillard finds McCollum. Six to shoot. And there's the call on Nene. That is his first foul of the game. You know, the NBA has cracked down on flopping. It's still part of the game, but C-Webb, would you agree that progress has been made in that area?
Yeah, I think so, and I'd like to blame a lot of my European players for bringing that over, along with soccer. Soccer with the flopping and we've kind of taken away. And I know a little bit about flopping. We had some floppers on my Sacramento team, and so flopping is frustrating. You don't want to see that. You want to see guys earn it. This isn't soccer or football, and so I think the league has done a very good job, whether it was trying to find guys early or just embarrass you and say, hey, you're Shaqtin' a fool. Get up right now. No one touched you. Why did you flop? Or act like you were hit and move 10 feet back on the side. I hate flopping. But then again, you must embellish. You must be a good actor. You've got to put the referees in a tough position to make a good call. How do you find that balance? But I think the NBA has done a good job of making sure that it isn't encouraged and isn't rewarded.
Harden against McCollum. Harden's shot is good. Harden's got 15 points here in the second half.
Well, that's one thing about Harden. I mean, he uses his body so well to hold off defenders. His timing, his strength, even in traffic, he's able to get up a clean shot.
Aminu misses.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
The shot by Anthony. Nobody around. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 10 assists here tonight. So active. Lillard surveying the D. He kicks it to Nurkic. And here's McCollum for three. But they recover it. Lillard the pass to McCollum. And Capella over to help. And Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul for the Rockets. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Clint Capella. James Ennis comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Green in for James Harden. Portland also making some changes. Leonard comes in for Evan Turner. And Nick Stauskas is subbed in for McCollum. Here's Stauskas, guarded by Green. And there's the pass to Aminu. Portland no good that time either. Houston's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Knocks it loose. Nurkic with the steal. Aminu dishes to Lillard. Portland moving the ball around. Aminu finds Nurkic. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. The Rockets shooting 40% in the fourth. Pass to Tucker. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, this is what he likes to do. Try to break your spirit.
Well, yeah, you're already getting dogged out there. And now he's landing body blows.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
That's his second personal foul. Shooting for Portland, Myers Leonard. Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good.
Last year was a season of up and down for the Blazers. When you think about it, they won their division title for just the second time since 2000, 3rd overall in the West, but were blindsided by the Pelicans and swept in the first round.
Good on the second free throw. And that first round exit for the Blazers really overshadowed Chris, but good they accomplished in the regular season.
And that's a shame because they had a fantastic year overall as a group. They had a late season surge in March to secure the division and 3rd in the West. They don't necessarily have the talent of other teams. They're in a small market, but those are the breaks in the NBA. I'm sure this group will be out with a chip on their shoulder because of it.
And so Lillard will bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. Knocked loose. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lillard. And here is Paul. Pass to Ennis. Here's Tucker. He's covered by Aminu. Now Tucker. Just 5 on the clock. Green inside the 3-point line. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Leonard's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Lillard, basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Lillard is such a crafty finisher. Even when he takes a pounding, he sticks with it. Well, make no mistake, Dame Lillard is this team's leader. I mean, he stepped right into the role after Aldridge left town. Even while Aldridge was in town, he was the leader. I mean, he has done a fantastic job leading the way on the floor and in the locker room.
One shot.
Free throw good, Damian Lillard. And with the attitude of me against the world approach that Lillard has, you can see it with the rest of the team.
I mean, teams follow the attitude of their leader. This Portland team always plays with an underdog perspective because of Lillard. Lillard has brought the team together closer by organizing barbecues, post-game group activities. I mean, he's the man.
Paul can't get it to go.
And as he squares up for mid-range, the defender right in his face.
Well, he did a great job of staying patient, letting the man make his move, then getting right up on the jump shot.
Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Rockets.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And every win important, and this one will go down as win number 3.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for James Harden.
Well, the big thing was if he had an open look, he drained it. He didn't let any of those easy chances get away from him.
Now here's Nene to end the cold streak. Shoots over Leonard. It's rebounded by Leonard. Here's Stauskas, guarded by Green. Tries from 7. Jump shot is good.
I'd like to see Aminu do more of this, Kevin. I mean, he has the touch to be effective inside.
Now here's Paul. So we see Houston taking the W here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Carmelo, what did you like best about the win tonight?
We just played hard. We came out here ready to play. We jumped out there quick on the defensive end, and offensively we got it going again. And it was a great team win today, though.
Everybody contributing. Carmelo, thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.